Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Um, it's like really windy and raining where I'm at right now, so we don't have any power. But okay, so this is Jamie. She's a double diamond, and she is going to give us her story and tips and tricks on the business. And if you want to put in the comments your questions, we'll go ahead and start. So you can unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here today with you guys. So my story, so I'm currently 25 years old, but I started this business back when I was 20 years old. I was a broke college student, struggling to pay for gas and groceries. I was going to school to actually be a professional ballerina, which I know you don't hear every single day. And with that came a lot of expenses. I was in my senior year of college, and when you're going to be a professional ballerina, you have to go on an audition tour like all over the United States and pay for those auditions. So it's kind of like paying for job interviews, paying for all of that. And I knew, life after graduation, I was going out into the adult world, having to pay rent and utilities and all those expenses. And I was sitting there like, wow, if I can like barely afford my life in college, how am I going to afford the adult world? And like, I can't even go after what I thought at the time was going to be my dream career if I didn't have the extra money to, pay for those auditions and the hotels and the flights and all of those sorts of things. And so I was really needing the extra income. Of course, didn't have it at the time, but when I joined, it was only $99. And I babysat for 12 hours, got the money, deposited in my account, and joined. After waiting 8 months, I waited 8 months to get started in this business. So if you guys were somebody that, waited a long time to get started in this business, or you're talking to somebody who you feel like you're just following up with and following up with and following up with, there are always people watching, because I was a watcher and I was a silent watcher. I didn't ask for any information. I just watched the post, didn't like anything, didn't comment on anything, but I was watching and I was thinking about it so seriously for 8 months. So you have people on your page that, like myself, you would have had no idea that I was watching, because I was just creeping, right? I didn't message or anything for any extra information until I decided like, okay, enough is enough. Nothing's going to change unless I change it. Let me reach out for information. So I commented on one of her posts on Instagram, and then I decided I was going to get started. And 2 weeks after I got started, you guys, that girl that I joined with quit. So my enroller quit. There was not nearly the resources that we have today in our team pages and boards and all this amazing training we get from corporate and from your leaders. And I still figured everything out. It was horrible. I wrote my own scripts based on like what I was finding on my website, but I still made it work, because I just had that mindset of like, okay, I just invested $99 that I didn't have, that could have gone towards gas or groceries or a number of other bills that I had piling up, but I chose to invest it in this business. And like, I'm not going to let that go to waste. Like this needs to work for me. So I came in with the mindset of like, I need to make money from this, and this needs to work for me. And I think that's honestly what helped me so much, because I found resources. I went on Jade Hooper's YouTube page. If y'all know Jade Hooper, I went on her YouTube, and that's how I trained myself, with her old YouTube videos. And I was pause in the video every 2 seconds, taking notes on the scripts and all of that. So like, I'm a huge believer, like if there's a will, there's a way. And, maybe somebody who's in roller quit, or maybe you're in roller quit, I don't know, but just know that that doesn't have to determine your success here. Every single person has, is responsible for their own success. And for me, like, it didn't matter that she quit. She gave up on herself. That didn't mean that I had to. So a year into my business, then it took me 7 months to go executive. Okay, so it's a pretty long time. I know a lot of people like come in, they go like diamond in 90 days. You hear all these stories. That was not me. It took me 7 months to go executive. I was very good at enrolling customers, but I had a poor mindset when it came to enrolling distributors, and I didn't think that I could train somebody. And I just had all these like negative mindsets around enrolling distributors. And so I honestly didn't really even try to enroll distributors until like June. And I started in November of 2017. And here we are in like June 2018. And I'm like, okay, I guess if I want to like promote and make more money, like I need to enroll those distributors. So I enrolled my first few distributors and promoted to executive in July. And then a year into my business, promoted Ruby. And when I promoted Ruby, I had a full diamond chart with the old charts. I don't know if anybody's been here for a while. Can you guys drop in the comments how long you guys have been here? I'm just so curious because I've been here for 5 years. So I feel like I'm not old, but I feel like I'm old in terms of the business. 2 years, almost 6 years. Okay, so you guys have been around a while, so you know the old charts. I was charted for the old charts for diamond, and I promoted Ruby that month. But I was convinced I was going diamond. There was a $7,500 bonus for going diamond. I was like, I'm getting that. I'm quitting all my jobs, and this is going to be my full-time thing. I had already started dancing with a professional company in Virginia. That's where I currently live now, is in Virginia. I don't do professional ballet anymore, but I ended up going Ruby and I quit my jobs. And y'all know Ruby paycheck is not a full-time income, right? So I really like definition of burning the ships. Do I recommend this to other people? No. But I really burned the ships. That's how all in on this business I was. And honestly, like I wouldn't go back and change it because it forced me to make this business work. Like when you cut off all your other income sources and I was in an apartment, I had to pay rent, like, you know, I had those adult bills and it forced me to just work my booty off and get to diamond as fast as possible. I went emerald in February. So Ruby in November, then emerald in February, diamond in March, and earned a $10,000 bonus. So was it worth it? Absolutely. And then in August of 2020, I promoted to double diamond, and I've been double diamond since. So that's kind of like my story in a nutshell. I know I put some other little, you know, tips and things in there and mindset advice in there too. But do you guys have any questions for me or anything that you guys wanna know, like more tips on? How do I train my DTs? Okay, so I recently started doing something different. So I don't know who you guys like. Who's your ambassador diamond upline? Are you guys on Jade's team or somebody else's? Jade has, I know like Jade has one, Jackie has one. They're like these like training bots. And I was using that for a while, and I was just finding that for my distributors, it wasn't working. And it's not because that system is broken whatsoever. It's, okay, I've actually never heard of her. Wow. Okay. I'm going to look her up after. But that's awesome. I'm meeting new people all the time and I love it. That's what I love about this business. But anyway, so they had these training systems in place for us, which are amazing. Like Jade has an amazing training system in place, but for the distributors that I was enrolling, it just wasn't seeming to work. And I also recently had a huge mindset shift with distributors as well, just as far as the types of people that I am attracting and enrolling and all that sort of stuff. But I had made a board for myself to train my new distributors. And I kind of combined some other resources from other leaders and things like that, but I basically made it my own. And that's what I'm doing. I know it's like not conventional. I'm sure you guys have amazing systems that are in place. And like, I definitely recommend you guys follow those. But I also recommend like, if you find that it's not working and you've tried it and you've tried it and you've tried it, tweak it just a little bit, just to make it a little more, you know, authentic to yourself, because we all have our own individual strengths and we need to use those to our advantage. And so for me, like I just knew, because I've been in the business a long time, we used to not have these, you know, amazing resources and everything. And so I used to train all my distributors one-on-one, like texting them, okay, now you're going to go put up this post on your Instagram stories. You're going to go put up this post on your Facebook wall. And that's what worked for me back then. And so I just kind of went back to that, and I kind of made a board for myself to make it easier. And is it a little bit of extra work? Absolutely. But it's so worth it because I have so many distributors on my team now. I have a girl who joined, and she joined me this month. She joined like 15 days ago. In her first 7 days, on her 7th day in the business, she enrolled 4 LCs, and 3 of them were all over 100 BV. Like, what? That has not happened in my business in a long time. So to have somebody come in and just be so like, the training was working and she was so ready to just run with this. And that's when I was like, okay, like this this is a sign like that I need to keep doing this and keep doing what feels aligned for me. So yes, use your resources, but also if you feel like, okay, this part of the training, like people that I'm enrolling are always having trouble with host to post, get on a Zoom with them instead and teach them host to post with screen sharing over Zoom and things like that. Just tweak it a little to make it a little bit more one-on-one. I really think like for me, the big piece that was missing was there wasn't enough of a connection between myself and my distributors. I was just plugging them into the training and checking in every once in a while to see where they were at. But now with this one-on-one thing that I'm doing, it's so much more personalized. We're getting to form a relationship. They're getting to ask questions right away. And I just find for myself, it's working so much better. So that's kind of what I'm doing for training my distributors. I'm just giving them the tasks laid out one after another. I'm sending them my checklist and things like that. What do I do daily? So everybody I'm sure has heard of like a 6 list or daily non-negotiables. I do the same thing probably that you've heard a bunch of times before. I don't do anything different really or out of the ordinary from anybody else. I'm getting up host to post every single day. I aim for 5 a day. If I can go for 10, that's great. But I do what I can stay consistent with, because consistency is so important. And so, of course, yes, there's times in our business where we want to go for more. We want to push ourselves. Like there's this Christmas cash on the line now. You want to push yourself to do more. You want to push yourself to get up those 10 a day. But you also want to make sure that you're not, I got up 20 host to post yesterday and today I'm not getting up any because I'm too tired from getting up 20 yesterday. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to run yourself ragged and then like have a huge span of time where you're not doing the most you could be doing. You want to make sure you're staying consistent. So that's why I stay consistent. 5 host to post a day. Some days I'll get up 7, some days I'll get up 12, and some days I'll only get up my 5. It just depends. But that's my non-negotiable. I do message on Instagram occasionally, not every single day. It's something I used to do when I first started the business. 100 messages a day on Instagram, non-negotiable. I still grow my network on Instagram. I follow people. I'm growing my network on Facebook through host to post. Like I'm somebody that I'll preach host to post till the cows come home. Like I am a big host to post proponent. Like I think it covers so many things. It grows your network, gains potentials. You can get enrollments from it. I think it's just amazing. And so it's something that I really focus the majority of my time on. I'm still on TikTok. I'm still doing Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, life posts, product posts on Facebook, like posting, messaging, following up. That's what I've been doing since the day I got started. So that's pretty much what I do daily. I don't put a lot of like intense focus on TikToks and Reels just because, I mean, yes, they're amazing. And yes, I know they work. I've gotten distributors, I've gotten customers. But for me, host to post is more poppin' than TikTok. So whatever's working for you right now, that's what I recommend you focus majority of your time on. So if you're getting a lot of your customers from going live, then make sure you're going live every single day. If you're getting a lot of your customers from TikToks, then keep posting your 3 to 6 TikToks every single day. Focus on what's working. Don't forget about those other things. Still make sure you're doing them every single day, but put more focus and more time and energy into the things that are working for you. Okay, I'm just reading the chat. Beatrice said that she's just like me. She had no upline and built by herself. I love that. I am so inspired by those people. What do I do for self-development? So every single morning, self-development, non-negotiable. Obviously, I do this full time. I think I said that in my story, but if I didn't, I've been doing this full time now for like 3 years. It's been my full-time income for 4, and I've been doing this for 5. So my schedule might look different from other people that have, other full-time jobs or part-time jobs, or I don't have any kids. I just have a dog and a boyfriend. So my life probably looks a lot different than a lot of you guys. But every single morning, non-negotiable, I get up and I do my self-development. I don't pick up my phone. I don't look at my phone. I shut my alarm off, and that is it. My phone normally is a black screen. If you guys don't know this, like I set up like a focus thing. And if you go to your home screen, if you have an iPhone, and I just set up like a work mode, you can do it in your settings, and then all my notifications are dark. And so that's what I normally do as soon as I get up. I put my phone on that so that I'm not even tempted. My phone's not lighting up with a bunch of messages from my potentials or from my team. And I just put it face down and I do my self-development. So I will like read a devotional. I just do it online from like proverbs31.org, I think is what it's called. I read that. I journal. I write down at least 5 things I'm grateful for. I journal affirmations. If I have goals, like for today, I want to get 2 more customers to close out my 4-in-1 for the month. And so I'm writing down 5 times I'm enrolling 2 high BV LCs today. And I just write it like 5 times. So I have my goals. And then I read a self-development book. So right now I'm reading The Happiness Advantage. Last week I finished reading The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. If you guys have not read The Slight Edge, you need to, because it so pertains to our business, like so much. And if you're somebody that struggles with consistency, or you feel like your goals aren't happening fast enough, like that book is so good. I literally wish I read it 5 years ago. Like maybe I would be so much farther in this business if I had gotten that concept sooner, because it really just talks about consistency compounding over time. And one day when you don't get up your host of posts, it's not going to matter. The next day when you don't get it up, it still is like your business isn't going to fall to pieces just because you didn't get up to host post for 2 days, right? And day 3 and day 4, and it just keeps cycling and compounding. And then all of a sudden your business starts going like that because you're not doing what you need to do every single day. Whereas similarly, when we all first started the business, right, we were doing the things, but we're not really getting anywhere, right? And then all of a sudden one day you start getting the customers, you start getting the distributors, you start getting the bonuses, and then it goes up and up and up because you've continued to make the small decisions and do those daily disciplines every single day that keep you on that uphill rather than that downhill. So just like eating, McDonald's one day is not going to make you have a heart attack or kill you or make you gain 40 pounds. But if you continue to eat McDonald's every day for 40 days, you're going to have a problem, right? You're going to feel really sick. You're probably going to have gained some weight. It's the same with this business. Anything in life, it compounds over time with consistency. And it's either compounding for you or against you. So that was a really good book that I wanted to share that. What is my schedule like? So I'm not a huge fan of waking up early. I'm trying to get better at it. There have been points in my business where I'm going for promotions and I'm up at 6 a.m. and don't go to bed till like 1 a.m. Those moments where we sacrifice for our goals that we have. Obviously, I don't do that every single month because that would be crazy. But right now I get up around 9 a.m. I usually do like an hour of self-development, and then I do a power hour right after that. Getting all of my daily tasks done, as much of them as I can in that hour, sending out my host post messages, getting my posts scheduled for Facebook, for Instagram, posting to my stories. Got my keto coffee right here, the peppermint, so good, it's my favorite. And then after that, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. And then after that, I'm messaging, I'm checking in with my team, I'm checking in with my new distributors. So for me, I do like to have my self-development done and like a power hour done before I'm going and checking in with my team, because, I don't know, everyone drop like what ranks y'all are in the chats. I'm sure you guys all probably have, some people under you on your team that you are training or working with, or new distributors that just joined you. Diamond, Emerald. Okay, yeah. So we got some leaders on here, and it can be so easy some days to get so caught up in just helping your team all the time. And then it's like 7 o'clock at night and you're like, oh my God, I haven't even gotten up a single host post. I haven't even followed up with my people that I'm supposed to follow up for that are in my calendar for today, because you've spent all day helping other people. It can be very easy to do that. I've gotten caught up in that trap a few times before, and I just realized like, no, I still need to be leading from the front. I need to get my stuff done for my business first, because we always need to keep enrolling our own customers, our own distributors, and then I help my team and I get back to them. And then, I usually take a lunch break around like 1. And then I kind of just, like I said, I don't really have, I don't have kids. I just have a dog and a boyfriend. So I kind of then just like work my business throughout the day. I do more power hours, after lunch. I get on any Zooms at night if there are Zooms, normally non-negotiable from like 5:30 to 7. I have no phone time. And that's when I spend time with my boyfriend. We dinner together, and things like that. And then, we might hang out later into the night. And then after he goes to bed at 10:30, I'm normally on my phone working probably for like another half hour. And then 11 o'clock is kind of like my, okay, done for the day, unless I'm going for a big goal, a big promotion, then I might stay up a little bit later. But I do like probably about 4 power hours of myself throughout the day, like with myself. And then, you know, in between that, I'm getting back to my potentials, getting up post, helping my team, all that sort of stuff. So it's not the same schedule every single day. My morning is always the same, with that non-negotiable self-development hour, power hour. But then throughout the day, I kind of just, you know, go with the flow, I guess. I still make sure I get everything done. I still make sure I'm doing 3 to 4 power hours every single day, but it's not like, you know, 3 to 4 is always a power hour. So I know that might not be super helpful for the people that are super green, but I am like more organized chaos than anything. I actually don't really dance that much on TikTok. I know it's surprising, but I don't. What do I do on live? What apps are you using? So for when I go live, like when we launched the holiday bundles, I went live and I talked about the holiday bundles. And you guys, it was not perfect. I always am like, done is better than perfect. Some lives are really great and I get off and I'm like, wow, that was such a good live. I'm so excited. And then other ones I'm like, wow, that was great. Right? Sometimes we just have those where we're like, I blacked out the entire time I was talking and I have no idea what I said and it sounded a mess, but oh well, it's done, right? And done is better than perfect. I think the most important thing when you're live is your energy and just being excited. Is probably like the most important. Obviously don't sit in, you know, a dark corner. Like, if you guys have like a ring light or something, I always recommend like going by a window, good lighting, right? Unless your power's out, then you got to do what you got to do, right? But, for the most part, like make sure you're smiling, make sure you're excited. Like I talk with my hands a lot. So like, you know, and just be yourself, be authentic, but it's okay if you have notes taped on your screen or you need to look down. I know for when we had the holiday bundles, I was like, I'm going live about these. I looked on our website beforehand, familiarized myself. Okay, we've got a skincare one, we got coffee one, we got the nice like body scrub, foot scrub thing going on with the fuzzy socks. And I had it pulled up on my iPad on my lap and I was on my phone going live, but I was looking down and like looking at what they were called and making sure I was getting the right, you know, facial oils and the right packs and everything. So it's okay to still do that if you need to. Like if you guys are, you know, we have new products launching all the time. Still force yourself to go live, even if you're uncomfortable. I still get nervous before I go live all the time. Like I hit the live button. I'm like, okay, we're going. And I still get nervous because I'm somebody that is more shy and I always have been. This business has definitely helped me grow my confidence and get more out of my shell. And get better at talking on like Zooms and things like that. But I still fumble over my words. I still mess up. I still say the wrong thing sometimes, but it is what it is. Done is better than perfect. But I'll go live about when we have like, you know, like I said, the holiday bundles. I will go live and tell my story. I think that's really important. Sometimes I'll go live and make a product. Sometimes when we got the new facial oils, I went live and I talked about the facial oils, even though they were new, even though I didn't know every single ingredient, I had them physically in my hands and I was, you know, using them and just winging it. I've never used facial oils in my life, but like, again, like done is better than perfect. And people can see that you're a product of the product. If you're going live and telling your story, like that's so impactful. Even if you feel like you didn't say all the perfect things, like somebody is going to relate to your story, relate to your struggle, and they need to hear what you have to say because everybody's so unique and that's your superpower. For apps, I've been using the same pretty much 2 to 3, like for months and months now, and they've been working great. So I also am a huge proponent of like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I use a giveaway host to post. That's like the grandma names one. It's like my friend's looking for an old fashioned name. Drop your grandma's name for an entry into my friend's giveaway. I use that one for giveaway. I use a Slimming Gummies host to post for product. And then sometimes I use a smoothie host to post. And then a distributor host to post. That is just like my friend is looking for 2 more hardworking ladies, something like that. I can pull it up here. Let's see. I was using a picture, but it wasn't working as well, so I went back to my one that I was using. any ladies 18 plus looking for a stay-at-home online position, whether it be full-time or just extra cash on the side. My friend Jamie's looking for 2 more hardworking women. That's my distributor one that I use. I mostly stick to giveaway and product. I do a distributor one here and there. For me, like a lot of my Facebook network, believe it or not, is actually like older. So I have a lot of like 40s, 50s, 60-year-olds. I think they all came from Host to Post. So I don't have a lot of like younger people. And you know, for me, like a lot of my potentials on Facebook, the people that are on my page, all want like weight loss and stuff. So when I give them Host to Post, I'm normally giving them weight loss Host to Post because I know if they wanted weight loss, their friends probably want it too. So that tends to work like pretty well for me. And then I do Instagram Host to Post, and that's where a lot of my distributors come from, is by doing Instagram Hap. I have a story slide made. I can show you guys kind of what it looks like. A story slide made that I've been using, and you guys can put up the same like giveaway TikToks, giveaway reels you're doing on TikTok and Facebook. You know, use SnapTik or whatever, put it on Instagram, and people will message you. And then I just, it's probably kind of hard to see, but basically just says my friend Jamie's looking for positions. That's what mine looks like. And I send that, and then people are DMing me, join, or whatever keywords you guys have on your slides. Also, one more thing I do want to say about like enrolling distributors, don't be afraid to voice message. I recently started voice messaging a lot more. I used to send a script telling my story. Now I'm like, why the heck am I just sending a script? Like, people want to hear me. They want to hear me tell my story. And so now I'm voice messaging so much more, and I'm voice messaging my story because it's something like I know forwards and backwards. And so I relate to them. I ask them to tell me a little bit about themselves, and then I'm relating to them and I'm telling my story over voice message. And that has helped so much with increasing my distributor enrollments. I don't have to follow up as many times because a lot of people, they're hearing me, they're hearing how genuine I am, and they're like, okay, let's freaking get started. Like, I'm ready to go. And so I love that. It's really helping so much. So voice message when you can, especially for your potential distributors. I think that's pretty much all the questions you guys had. If you guys have any more last minute questions, you could put them in the comments, but.
I seriously appreciate you for getting on here. I'm pretty sure all of us relate to you so much. I see a lot of myself in you. So like, I just appreciate you for telling us all this tips and tricks and your story. And I think that's pretty much it, unless someone else has any questions. But it was really nice to hear this today, especially because it's the end of the month and it made me like want to just slay. So I appreciate it so much. I think that's it.
All right. Yeah, everybody go crush month end. It's not over till it's over. Keep your faith. Keep working hard. Anything can happen.
Thank you so much for popping on.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.